Hey guys, Josh here with the DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Core Training System along with physical therapist Jessica Bento. I asked Jessica especially to help me create this program because I wanted to go over preventative means for low back injury. 80% of the population will suffer a low back injury in time, and nothing deters an exercise program like an injury. So we want to look at how to use the Ultimate Sandbag to prevent some of these issues. Now, Jessica helped create this program based around concepts that really help prevention and care of low back injuries. Things as learning how to use the right muscles like your hamstrings and glutes, developing proper hip mobility so that you don't overload the wrong structures, and also how to stabilize the trunk so that you can prevent the low back trying to take the grunt of the work. So this workout is not just a burn a ton of calories, kick your butt type of workout, although it is. It's also more constructed towards helping prevent some of these goals so that you don't have to be part of the 80% that's going to suffer a low back injury. If you have already, try this workout and it can really help expedite your process and getting back into your fitness goals. A good general rule of thumb when creating your workouts is that you're going to do the most complex or challenging exercises first. For a lot of people, that's going to be exercises that require a lot of balance, coordination, and single leg strength. So what we're going to do first is a lateral step up in the front load position. So Jessica's going to power clean the USB up into the front load position. Now it's very important that she keeps her elbows pressed into her body, not letting the bag roll out. She's going to place her leg up onto a box. Now, the height of the box is going to be completely dependent upon your fitness level. The stronger you are, the higher it can be. So start kind of conservative because you're going to be surprising how challenging this exercise is. Now, predominantly trying to drive off that right heel, she's going to try to stand all the way nice and tall and then slowly come down as much as you can. This is going to work on a lot of the lateral stabilizers of the hip. Muscles that often get missed in a lot of our workout programs. The nice thing is being in that front load position, she's also working on the obliques to stabilize her trunk so that she doesn't lean over one side. In our system, instead of making the exercise heavier per se, we can make it more challenging by going up to a balance step. Now this is a pretty high step, so I'm going to ask Jessica to really key in. She's going to bring the knee up, really extend that leg out, and then slowly try to come all the way back down. We're going to try one more time, drive. Nice, and you see the amount of lateral strength it takes for her to actually maintain balance and stability in this exercise. One of our favorite core drills is obviously the lateral bag drag. You've seen them done a ton of times. Typically we do it in a full push-up position, but we can regress any of the movements, especially for those that are overcoming low back injury or possibly haven't built up the fitness level to actually do the full exercise. And what we're going to do is start Jessica from her kneeling position. Now, just because we're in a kneeling position doesn't mean this exercise is easy. The kneeling position actually gives her a small base support, so it's quite challenging. So you really want to be aware of digging the feet into the ground, which is going to activate her hamstring glutes, because we want the hamstring glutes to work in conjunction with her trunk to stabilize her body. She's going to corkscrew her elbows in so the crease of her elbows point forward. She's going to reach across, and she's really going to dig in and make sure that she doesn't rotate the hips or have the hips come up as she pulls across. Do it again, Jess. Now some people, as they begin to pull, they actually sit back, so you don't want that either. You want to stay over your base support, keep the trunk stable, keep the butt cheeks tight, you keep that arm corkscrewed in. As you get more fit or you get stronger, you can elevate to that full position. You want to keep the feet nice and wide, and then you can work in the full lateral back and relax chest. The nice thing too is that this will build incredible shoulder stability and strength. It's also one of our pressing type movements because of the position that we hold for duration over time. A lot of people think corrective exercise and foundational movements aren't really going to be work, they're just for beginners. The truth of the matter is they're incredibly helpful in laying a strong foundation, and they can definitely make you work. So whether you're advanced or a beginner, some of these drills are absolutely phenomenal for you. What we're going to do is we're going to slow down a couple of our favorite drills to make a great complex. So what Jessica's going to do, she's going to start by deadlifting the USB up. She's going to slowly rotate into a rotational lunge. When she does so, what I want her to do is to pause and think about pushing her left hip forward to open up that hip. If you open up the hip flexor, that'll definitely take some pressure off that low back. Once she stands back up, she's going to slowly hinge down into a bent row, really focusing on pulling the shoulder blades down and back down, deadlift up again, and she's going to slowly go to the other side in the rotational lunge. I'm going to have her do a few repetitions just so you can see the movement. What's so great about this is that you're getting so many different qualities at once. We're getting single leg strength, we're getting a multi-planar strength, she's learning how to stabilize her trunk, she's learning how to retract her shoulder blades, which is going to give her better postural alignment, which again will take pressure off her low back. The best part, if your goal is still to burn calories and get really fit, this is definitely work, especially if you do it for time or repetitions. Nice job, Jess. So don't think that a lot of these exercises can't be put together in great workouts. You should be able to challenge yourself to the appropriate level depending upon where you are in your recovery stage, or if you're just doing for preventive means, you can definitely speed up the pace or increase the load a little bit, and you'll find this to be a great challenging exercise. So a great drill to finish off our routine is a half kneeling arc press. The half kneeling position really gets us some sense if we have an imbalance between the two hips and if we have any weakness upon that core. So what Jessica's going to do is she's going to start with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Before she starts to even press, I want to make sure she's an L in the front and an L in the back. She's going to dig in those back toes again, because again, that's very important, otherwise she'll lose a ton of stability. Her goal now is to not shift from side to side. She wants to keep her body perfectly straight, and she's going to take anywhere from a 3 to 5 count, pressing the weight all the way overhead to the opposing side. You see how she goes to a full lockout. So she's keeping pressure through that front heel, bracing her abdominals, keeping tension to that back glute. You can do this about 5-6 times, and you can either go to the other side to see if there's an imbalance, or you can switch sides upon every set. So at the end of the next set, you would do the opposing side. You want to sort of gauge upon, do you have a weakness from one side to the next, which will give you an idea if you have a higher risk of having a low back injury in the future.